Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. We are discussing the play The Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 1, and we have already discussed up to line number 143. In my previous video, I had explained how Antonio wanted to know about the lady from his best friend Bassanio, to whom Bassanio wanted to have a secret visit. On that, while replying him back, he says about his loans and debts. Bassanio says his chief concern is now how to come out from his loans which he has taken from Antonio up to now. Antonio replied, if his further plans will be as honorable as Bassanio in his eyes, he clearly mentions that all his money, he himself, will be always remain unlocked for Bassanio. Further, Bassanio says, we'll move ahead with further lines from line number 144. Let us what Bassanio says. In my school days, when I had lost one shaft, I shot his fellow of the self-same flight, the self-same way, with the more advised watch. We all know that Bassanio is in need of some more amount, some more money in order to finance his journey to Belmont, as it is his earnest desire to marry Portia. But he doesn't have money as usual. Once again, he is in need of money, for which he has come to Antonio, but he is not able to ask money indirectly or directly. So here he is referring to his childhood days. He says, in my school days, means in his childhood days, whenever he used to lose his one shaft, that is arrow, he shot his fellow of the self-same flight. Whenever he was losing his arrow, he used to shot another shaft, means another arrow in same direction. Okay, I shot his fellow, his refer to first arrow, okay, and fellow refers to another arrow which he used to shot, okay, next time, of the self same flight, means in same way, of the self same flight means in same way, in same way, the self same way with more advised watch, in same direction, in self same way means same direction, the self same flight means in same way, and the self same way means in same way as he had shot first arrow, okay, with more advised watch, but this time with much more care. Once he had lost one of his arrow, that is shaft, he shot another arrow, fellow of another arrow means another arrow, okay, to find out his first arrow in a very careful manner. More advised watch means very carefully, to find other foe. So for what reason he had shot another arrow? To find first arrow. Other fourth means first arrow. And by adventuring both, and by risking both, adventuring here means risking, both refers to both the arrows, the first one which he had already lost and the second which just now he had shot in order to find out first arrow, okay. He says to find the other fourth, and by adventuring both means by risking both, I often found both. He was getting often both the arrows. He is telling about his childhood days, that whenever he was losing his first arrow, he used to shot another arrow in same direction, in same way, to find out both the arrows, and often he was getting the first one as well as second arrow. I urge this childhood proof, he says. I'm discussing this childhood incident because that follows is pure innocence. Because what I'm going to say next is quite harmless. Okay, pure innocence means what I'm going to say next to you is quite harmless to you. Full of innocence means it is not going to harm anymore to you. Okay, I owe you much. And like a willful youth, that which I owe is lost. I am very much indebted to you. Means he has already taken much of the loans from Antonio. Okay, so he's saying, I owe you much, and like a willful youth, that which I owe is lost. And very much willingly, I have lost everything which I had taken from you, borrowed from you. So he clearly mentions here, I owe to you much, means I have already taken much from you, borrowed much from you, and like a willful youth, means willingly, I have wasted everything which I had borrowed from you. But if you please to shoot another arrow, that self way which you did shoot the first, I do not doubt, as I will watch the aim, or to find both, or bring your latter hazard back again, and thankfully rest data for the first. Now, here what he's saying to Antonio, as I told you that he is in need of some more amount to finance his journey to Belmont. So what he says here, by giving the example of his childhood days about arrows, shaft, how whenever he was losing his first arrow, he used to shot another arrow to get first arrow, and usually he was getting both. Now, referring to that incident, what he is saying to Antonio here, let us see. He says, but if you please to shoot another arrow, if you will shoot one more arrow, okay, the self way in same direction, means what he means to say here is that if you will give me another loan, okay, shoot another arrow. Shoot here means give or lend. Another arrow means another loan. That self way means in same way as you had given to me earlier, which you did shoot the first, as you had given to me or lent to me first earlier. Okay, I do not doubt, I have no doubt, as I will watch the aim, I will be very much careful this time, and I'll find the both. Okay, I'll find the both. Both here refers to the previous loans which Antonio had already given to Bassanio, and the another loan which Bassanio is asking right now. He says, I will be careful this time, and I'm very much sure, I don't have any doubt, that I will certainly return back both the loans. The first loan, that is previous loans, and another loan for which he is asking now. Okay, so here he is asking about another loan by giving the example of his childhood days, that is example of arrows. Or bring your latter hazard back again, and thankfully risk data for the first. Okay, so hazard here refers to loans. What he says here, if you will shoot another arrow, means if you will give another loan, I'm sure this time I will be careful. He says, as I will watch the aim, means I will be quite careful this time to find the both. Find both. Both here refers to what? Two loans. One loan which he had already taken before from Antonio, and now second loan which he will take now. He has not taken up to now. He is just asking for that. Okay. Now, further in last two lines of this dialogue, he says, or bring your latter hazard back again, if not possible to return both the loans. Okay, at least the latter hazard means the second loan. Latter hazard refers to second loan which he will take now. I'll surely return back, and for first loan I will be always thankful to you and thankfully rest data for the first. Okay, so first he says that if you will give me another loan, I'm sure that I'll return back both, but if not possible, at least a second loan I'm surely truly I'll return back, and for previous loans I will be always indebted, thankful, full of gratitude to you. So the question is, for what reason Bassanio gives the example of his childhood days and of arrows in order to ask for new loan? Okay. Further, what was Antonio's reply? Let us see. Antonio says, "You know me well, and herein spend time to wind about my love with circumstance." Antonio says, "You know me very well." And here, by giving all those examples, you have simply wasted the time. Okay? And out of doubt, you do me now more wrong. And it seems that you are doubting on me. And if it is so, then you are doing me more wrong. If you have little bit doubt also that I'll not lend you money, that likewise you are doing wrong to me. In short, Antonio here wants to clear that if Bassanio wants to take more loan, he can take it. For that, he doesn't need to give any reference, any example of childhood or arrows or anything else. That is why Antonio says, "You know me well, that if you will ask for any help, I'll certainly do that." So he says, "You know me well, and herein spend but time." So by giving all those examples, you have certainly just wasted the time in making question of my uttermost. So if you have any doubt that even the uttermost, even the extremest amount, I will not give to you, if you have any doubt, then you are doing wrong to me. Then if you had made waste of all I have, simply says you have wasted all the time by giving all those references and examples of childhood and arrows. Then to but say to me what I should do. So instead of doing all those things, instead of wasting time, you clearly tell me, you straight tell me that what do you want, what shall I do for you? Then in my knowledge may be done, and I'm pressed unto it, therefore speak. Okay, I'm pressed unto it means I am quite ready to do it. Tell me everything, what can I do for you? And I'm pressed unto it means I'm ready to do it, therefore speak, tell me. Now here Bassanio will reveal about that lady regarding whom Antonio had already asked before. So let us see what Bassanio replies. In Belmont is a lady richly left. Okay, so there is a lady in Belmont who is richly left. Richly left means she has inherited all the wealth of her father. She is the only heiress of her father. Heiress, that is successor. Okay, and she is fair, and fairer than that word, of wondrous virtues. So here Bassanio praises that lady. Okay, he says about her, first of all, the first thing Bassanio says about her, that she is a lady richly left, means she is the heiress of her rich father. She has inherited all the wealth of father. And further Bassanio says she is fair, she is very beautiful. Fair means beautiful, and fairer than that word, even more beautiful than the word beautiful itself, because of his wondrous virtues. means wonderful virtues, amazing qualities. Wondrous, that is amazing, virtues, that is quality. So she is not only physically beautiful, but she is beautiful from her inside us, from her qualities. Okay, sometimes from her eyes I did receive fear speechless messages. The point to note here is that Bassanio had met this lady before also. When and how, that is not mentioned here, that we will read in further context. Okay, but what Bassanio says here, that sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. When before they had met each other, he says, I had received speechless messages from her eyes. Means they didn't talk to each other before, but they had expressed themselves to each other by their expression. Okay, and finally he declares her name here. He says her name is Portia. So here comes our Portia. Nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter, Brutus Portia, nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. Okay, here what happens, Bassanio compares Portia to the Portia of another play, Julius Caesar. In that play, she was daughter of Cato and wife of Brutus. She was very famous character. Okay, and Julius Caesar is also written by William Shakespeare, one of the other famous play of Shakespeare. So this Portia, Bassanio compares with Portia of Julius Caesar and says nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter, Brutus Portia. See, she is not less than, means the Portia of Merchant of Venice is not less than the Portia of Julius Caesar, who was that Portia who was daughter of, remember, Cato, and wife of Brutus. Who was Brutus? Brutus was one of the best friend of Julius Caesar, the Roman ruler. Julius Caesar was Roman ruler, and Brutus only conspired against Caesar's murder. So here the story was like that. So actually here what happens, Bassanio is comparing her Portia, his Portia, that is Portia of the Merchant of Venice, to the Portia of Julius Caesar, the other play. Okay, and he says, nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. This whole world is ignorant. Not ignorant means this whole world knows the importance, the value of Portia. Her worth. Worth means important, and her refers to Portia. Which Portia? The Portia of Julius Caesar, from whom the Portia of Merchant of Venice is compared, and he clearly says nothing undervalued, means his Portia, Bassanio's Portia, is not less than Portia of Julius Caesar, who is very much famous. Okay, for the four winds blow in from every coast, renowned suitors. Okay, for the four winds blow in from every coast. This Portia, the Portia of the Merchant of Venice, regarding her we had already discussed in our summary. Okay, that there was a plan devised, a lot of casket devised by her dead father, that one who will select the right casket with Portia's portrait will be only liable to marry her. So in order to marry her, suitors from different parts of the world, from four corners of the world, they are coming to take part in Lottery of Casket with the intention of marrying Portia. Okay, so Bassanio here wants to say that The worth of Portia is proved by the fact that suitors from all the four corners of the world are coming with the intention of marrying her. So here four winds blow in from every coast. Four winds here refers to four directions. Okay, renowned suitors from all four winds, from all four directions, who are coming to marry Portia. Suitors. Suitors means man with the intention of marrying particular lady. Okay, and her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece. Portia's sunny locks. Locks means hair. Her golden hair hanging on her forehead, her temple. Her refers to Portia and temple refers to her forehead. Hanging on her forehead seems attracting suitors. Okay. So here her sunny locks, that is golden locks, is compared with golden fleece. Okay. Golden fleece means wool. Okay. The crop of wool. Regarding golden fleece, there is a short story that once golden fleece was fastened to oak tree, that's tied to oak tree, which was guarded by a dragon, and Jason, one of the hero, Jason got it, okay, when he went for a voyage to Colchos. Okay, it is a coast near Black Sea. Okay, so when Jason was the only hero who was able to get that golden fleece. Golden fleece, fleece means crop of wool of sheep or ram. Okay, so here Portia's sunny locks, okay, is compared to golden fleece. As it was difficult to get those golden fleece, only Jason was able to get those fleece. Likewise, it is difficult to marry Portia by taking part in lottery of casket. Okay. So Bassanio says, which makes her sick of Belmont Colchos strain. So here, as it was difficult for others to get golden fleece in Colchos, likewise in Belmont, it is difficult for suitors to marry Portia unless and until they win the lottery of casket. So Belmont is compared to Colchos. Okay, and many Jasons come in quest of her. Many Jasons. I told you Jason was the only hero who was able to get the golden fleece. So here actually we never use plural with the name of any person, and if at all when we want to refer any person to give example, then only plural is used. For example, Jasons. So Jasons here means suitors, different suitors. So different Jasons were coming to marry this Portia. Okay, so Jasons here to quest her. Quest means win. Her of course refers to Portia. So many Jasons, many suitors are coming with the intention to marry Portia. Okay, as Jason only was able to get those golden fleece, he was the only hero. Okay, likewise here many suitors are coming to become Portia's hero, Portia's Jason. So Shakespeare has addressed all those suitors as Jasons. Further he says, "Oh my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them." He says, "Oh my dear Antonio, if I'll have the means that is money, to hold a rival place with one of them, to go to that rival place." Rival place means the place where the competition is going to held. The competition that is of lottery of casket, that is the place refers to Belmont. Okay, with one of them means them here refers to all of the suitors or the rivals. So if I'll have the money to go to that place to take part in lottery of casket with all those other rivals, other suitors, I have a mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate. I have a mind means I'm getting predictions. Okay, my mind is giving me predicting me, foretelling me. Presages means foretelling me about my profit. Thrift here means success. Okay, so my mind is presaging me, foretelling me about my success, that there is no question of failing in my mission. There is no question of getting failed in my mission. Means he is understanding, he is thinking, he is getting prediction, some sense, sixth sense, by some sixth sense that he will certainly win that lottery of casket. He is confident, Bassanio is confident that if he will have means money to go to that rival place, that is Belmont, and if he takes part in that, he'll certainly win that lottery of casket, and then he will marry Portia. So there is no question of failing in lottery of casket according to Bassanio's prediction, which he is getting by his mind, by his inner self. Okay, now finally what was Antonio's reply? Thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea. Bassanio, of course Antonio wanted to help Bassanio as usual, but unfortunately, as we have discussed in our summary also, he says all my fortunes are at sea, all my ships are sailing through different countries. Fortune here refers to ships. Okay, neither have I money nor commodity. So neither I have money, ready cash, nor anything else to raise a present sum, so that I may give you the present amount. Neither I have ready cash nor any other item in my hand, so that I may give you the raised amount, the present amount which you have asked from me. But for the solution, he says, therefore go forth, try what my credit can in Venice do. Go anywhere in Venice and see what my credit can do. That shall be racked even to the uttermost, even if it is stretched. Racked means stretched to the highest amount, extremest amount, uttermost amount. Okay, you can ask from anyone. He says, to furnish thee to Belmont to fair Portia. Even if you need the uttermost amount, the highest amount, in order to finance your journey into Belmont, in order to meet fair Portia, beautiful Portia, you can have it from anyone. Okay, further what he says, go presently, now only you go and inquire, and so will I. Even I'll also go and inquire about that, where money is, and I no question make to have it of my trust or for my sake. So from wherever you can have money in whole Venice on my credit, you can have it, even if it is the extremest amount. I will also do the same. Let us see from where we can get the money, and clearly you can take it on my risk, my credit, on my name. So this is what a true friend can do. Even when Antonio was not having any ready cash or any other commodity, any item in his hand, still he was ready to help his best friend. Okay, so likewise, finally we have finished Act 1 scene. Okay, I hope you must have understood the whole scene. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can refer to my previous videos, and in my next video I'll start Act 1 Scene 2. Till then, goodbye.